Hey guys, it's Ann from What's Up Homestead again, and I'm going to kind of take you through a trip through the garden today. It's nice, beautiful today, and everything's growing pretty good. My apple tree though, it's got fire blight, and it's so sad. I've already got apples on here, and it looks like someone comes by and torched it with a lighter. That's what it looks like. I've already cut some of it off, but I'm thinking I'm not going to get any apples this year, so I'm kind of disappointed. I don't know what causes it. Well, I know that you're supposed to cut it off. I cut it off way down as far as I could, and I'm going to spray it with copper fungicide, but we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get one or two, but I haven't had really good luck with apples, so might just pull them out after a year or so and plant some flowers in these big beds. This one is the one I planted this year, a few months ago, and it looks fine, so we'll see. It's probably not gonna put off any apples this year. My potatoes are looking really good. I've got those in these pots right here. Some of them are doing better than others. This is looking really good. Okra hasn't come up yet, but of course the chickens got in here and was scratching some up. We'll see if we get some. I can always replant. I did a video out here and I was showing all the troubles I was having, and I'm like, no, this is too depressing, so I didn't post it, but I'll show you some of the stuff that they did and some of the stuff I was talking about, because I don't want to do a whole video on all the bad things, because there's so many more good things than bad. And the peppers are doing pretty good. We've had a big rain the last couple of days. We got a lot of rain, and it looked like a creek flowing through here. I've got to get some fabric down here. That's the only dirt I have left. Everything else is the landscape fabric through the walkways. Have more potatoes over there. I had one squash or zucchini over there in the corner. The chickens got, but the squash and that pepper is still over there. And my flowers are blooming, the yarrow. They're looking really good. My tomatoes are doing wonderful. That one that I just bought from my nursery, I guess it's gonna probably give me the first tomatoes, but everything else looks really good. I've got cucumbers to the right, and squash and zucchini over here, and there's a lemon zucchini right here that I'm growing for the first time from Baker Creek, and hopefully it will be good. I've never tried it before, so I'm covering this up until they get blooms on them. Someone on one of the groups said they were using mosquito fabric, so I might try that, because I don't know if this is pretty thick material, so I don't know if it's getting enough sun or not, but they look like they're growing really good so far. Now I came out here for a few minutes ago, and I had to cut this off. It was in my other video that I didn't show, but it looked really thin. It didn't look like a big huge head. I don't know whether that was because it was a calabrese that I got from seed, and maybe I probably don't want to grow those anymore, but the rest of them, they're just barely starting to get a little head in there. So I'm going to see what happens, and that one will probably throw off some more shoots. It has one shoot over there now. And my collard greens are doing great too. Some of them are huge. So I'm just going to uncover those, because it's just too much of a pain to keep them covered up. And it's already May, so I'm sure they're not going to be here too much longer. But I do have a worry with my cabbage. Let me get out of the way up here. But I grew these from seeds, but they don't really look like cabbage. They look more like collards. Does anybody have any idea? Because they've been growing in here for a month or two, and they're not forming a head, so I'm really confused if the seed packets were packed wrong or what, because these I don't think are cabbages. And I'm really bummed about that because I wanted cabbage really bad. I guess I'll leave them for the fall. But I'll just keep growing, keep on letting them sit there until they do something. I know these are Savoy cabbages right here. These two here, and a kale. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you updated. And this lettuce is gorgeous. I'm gonna get out here in the morning and cut all that. And my Swiss chard looks amazing. Got to get out here and pick out a few weeds, but everything else is just growing so well. I meant to give my daughter-in-law this arugula because I don't like it, but it's growing good. I got to dig out my sunflowers. That one is growing big. Lettuce is doing awesome. Some of it's doing good, some of it's not. I've got to get out here and pick some. I had one to bolt. I want to go ahead and pick this one. It's kind of a romaine. This one is more of a leafy. It's not, the head's not forming like that one. So I might harvest that one too. And this one is looking pretty good. That'll probably be another one I harvest. But I think from now on I'm just going to use these because I think they're crisper, and I guess I'm not really a leaf lettuce fan. Even though they're beautiful, I think I just eat more like romaine type. I'll eat romaine and head lettuce usually, so I think I'll just stick with that because these are hard to store. Seems like you cut them and put them in the refrigerator, the next day they're limp. So let me know what kind of experiences you have with lettuce. And these onions are doing great. Even the ones that I planted from seed are starting to get some stray lettuce in here for some reason. I don't know where that came from. The potatoes are doing great. More sunflowers. I moved some out to the front yard. I'm going to move all these out there because I don't want anything shaded out here. And the chickens did mess up my beets a little bit, but it looks like they've recovered. You could tell some of them were laid down, but I put one back in, dug it back in, so hopefully that one will grow too. So I didn't really lose anything much. Got those sunflowers, some more beets. There's my sun gold tomato. It's going good. That's the one I dug up earlier, and it's doing good. Amish paste, Roma, and the Mountain Fresh must have been messed up by the chickens. There's a Rutger. It's getting bigger. The Opalka, I guess, didn't survive the chickens. The Wisconsin 55 did not either. And these are some kind of like zucchini or squash. I think they're squash that I don't know where they came from. So I'm just going to let them grow and see what comes out. And some more lettuce that I've got to harvest, cilantro. I need to get out here, but I waited too late, so I like doing it early in the morning, so I'll do that in the morning and harvest that. Sunflower, and I'm gonna leave my broccoli in there for a little while longer, and the kale and Brussels sprouts. Let me just take that off. I'll probably just take this stuff off because that got a hole burned in it when my husband was burning the weeds on the other side, and it got a hole in it, so I think I'm just gonna not worry with that. So I've got more broccoli here. See what happens with that. I'm pretty much over these cold crops. I'm just ready for some cucumbers and tomatoes. And my sage and my rosemary is taken over. There's some lemon balm back there. Oh, it smells so good over here. And my chives are all getting bombarded with the flowers and the rosemary. So that's what's going on in my garden. What kind of problems are you having? I'm having some problems, but not overall. Everything's looking pretty good. Trying to grow as much as I can without going to the grocery store. I'm going to try and challenge myself to do it. And on my last video, I talked about doing a grocery challenge. So I'm trying to empty out all my freezers and all my refrigerators and eat down some of that food that I've got in there so I can make room for more that I'm growing. So what's growing in your garden? Let me know. And hope to see you in the next video, and I hope I'll have some more things growing in here. I've got to plant some green beans. But other than that, I'm pretty much done. Just probably put more cucumbers in the ground and plant some flowers out here, and just keep trying to get this place a little bit nicer looking. It looks kind of junky right now just because I haven't really had any time to go through here since it's been raining. But hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any comments or suggestions, and I'll see you in the next video.